versus TnC in a best-of-3. So far, already a great series. Game number 1 living up to the hype. TnC coming in and absolutely turning it around after a very rough early game. Very, very rough stuff. But they're able to find the victory, of course, on the back of a PL played by Cuckoo, and, of course, Ravens, Slark, and really just everybody overall on TnC played extraordinarily well. So thank you so much for joining us here today. My name is Mont. With me is Trent Pax, as always. Trent, how you feeling as we jump into game number 2? You still chugging along? Still doing all right tonight?
Oh, hell yeah. I had a nice nap. I went to bed before this all started, so I get up fresh and early.
Excellent.
For Kiev Majors. So
I like
I'm kicking my day off with this, man, and we're going to be kicking off again here with the Zai Treant Protector, assumedly. That big AoE, not quite enough. Like, they have plenty of AoE, I guess, in terms of like the control and stuff, but the AoE damage was the thing that seemed to be lacking, or perhaps just the damage overall in the previous game. So we'll see how the draft shifts up from there. I was just, thinking a little bit about that Faceless Void, too, in terms of just, like, we've often talked about how he has problems in fights because of the cooldown and stuff, but it's not just, like, the defensive thing, where it's, like, if you blow a fight with Chrono, they're going to come and, like, push your towers and stuff, but even offensively, like, it was hard to pressure and push their lead when what you have is this Chronosphere, so even if you're like, yeah, we're so strong, we can just go and push and do whatever we want, but you always had to wait for this Chrono before you were back to full strength, so it kind of works on both ends there. And we'll see if we end up with another Faceless Void here today. But for now, it's going to be that Earth Spirit, our first one of the day here. He will take the reins over the Monkey King here for TnC. But of course, it's Tim's, and this is his hero.
Yeah, this is his go-to. We talked about there's Treant, there's obviously Monkey King, which is, by the way, available. But TnC decided to go for the Earth Spirit, which was a hero that was kind of left out of the entirety of that first series that we saw today. And obviously not touched in the first game that we just saw between EG and TnC. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes for TnC. They have the CM to combo along with it, which, by the way, Rior had a heck of a game on that Crystal Min. But Evil Geniuses, they'll go for the Bighorn Man. The Magnus is going to be picked up. Very exciting. Obviously, he's not quite the man he once was when it was DAC or even before that, but still in power very good. Getting up a good melee hero. And then, of course, RP, Shockwave. Very good ways to find team fights with the Magnus to come out for EG.
Yeah, he prevents a lot of strategies, too. He just gives you that wave clear in terms of the Empower, so he can help against those earlier pushes. Same thing with the RP. Just gets a blink, and he can stop a 3- or 4-man push with a solid enough RP skewer. And, of course, with so many of the heroes left, the Troll, the Jug, the Life Stealer, his Troll just gets removed here by TnC prior to that Naga, but you just need one of those little buddies to get powered up here.
Yeah, that's... And there's a lot available, that's the thing. So... You'll ban out a couple for TnC and hope for the best. And also, we've seen drafts before where Empower is not necessarily the main focal point. It's very rare when it comes to Magnuses. We saw one the other day, but you'll have Empowers with ranged heroes occasionally. But obviously, the best thing to do is have some sort of melee hero like a Juggernaut, for example, which is, by the way, still available if Evil Geniuses want to go for it. Lifestealer has been banned out.
Yeah,
and again,
pretty solid hero, too.
Way, but
true. Hard to squeeze in with Tree and Earth Spirit, but certainly
right,
possible.
There's no
I mean... If you wanted to 5 a tree, I think he's one of those guys you could do it if you really wanted the monkey. But
I mean,
the Treant Magnus, maybe not the strongest. Like you think about other 4s like that Monkey King or like a Ricky. They tend to abuse the Empower a little bit better. So definitely gonna need, I would say, at least 2 cores to be abusing it. Sometimes you can get away with like this Ricky, and then you only have like one other core that gets empowered, and you still get this crazy Ricky ultimate that dishes out so much damage thanks to that cleave. But I don't know. I do like Jug. I think he's good against Crystal Maiden. He just have to worry about the silence from the Earth Spirit, but he'll, of course, be building Manta, so pretty solid potential here for EG. But they could be thinking here right now, are we just about to give Jug over to TnC? Southeast Asia, very well known for running that Jug in the mid lane first off. In fact, it was TnC back with Teehee, who were always doing it, so...
it's interesting.
Tough call.
We'll wait and see if they will indeed pick it up, but... There's still one more ban left for Evil Geniuses. Now, the question I have is, where do they send this Magnus? Normally, it's been really only played in that 3 or 4 position as of recently. Do you think that's going to be the case? I mean, there is already a Treant Protector, as you just talked about, so...
I would imagine it's still just going to be for Universe, but there's the Axe, so rather than taking the Jug for himself, TnC will be like, go ahead, because, these heroes that tend to be good with the Magnus, they're pretty bad against Axe. Good hero. You can just jump right on top of someone like a Juggernaut. He can cancel out that spin TP. Would make it difficult for Arteezy or Sumail to go around ratting the entire map up.
Yeah, Axe a good choice for sure. And it's another Universe hero, but again, you already talked about the Magnus, so there's a good chance that he just plays that. But 50 seconds left in reserve time. Again, we talked about potential pairings. They'll go for the Rasta first, so they don't go for the Jug immediately. Maybe they have another idea of what they want to do, and they're not really concerned about the Jug. TnC could still definitely pick it here if they want to. I mean, there's plenty of room. They get the good old Lena. Ooh, the mid lane Lena is coming out for TnC, the hero of the meta currently in terms of lane dominance and just crazy stuff that you can do.
Yeah, she didn't get mentioned in our first draft either. Was taken out very early on in our games earlier this morning between OG and SG eSports. We didn't really have a chance to see her, but partners up well with the Axe. She can layer the LSA over a Berserker's Call. They already have great team fight coming out from the Earth Spirit too, but there you go. That is a very nice partner. So we're into that second tier of partners. You know, there's the first one in terms of like Troll, Lifestealer, Jug, but then you get into the Slark, the Faceless Void, the Anti-Mage. So the free Battle Fury coming online here, and moving later into the game. Now the Shadow Shaman and Treant Protector, they both scale pretty well. TnC removed one of the other very popular buddies in a Sumail Ember Spirit.
Get that Ember out of there. And, the thing is, this is still not going to be... Like, you were talking to me about what certain pros were saying, and that Lena currently is one of the most, if not the most dominating lane hero in terms of mid in the game right now. So I don't know what you do if you're evil geniuses to deal with it. Obviously, you don't necessarily need to have the best lane against Lena. You just need to get some farm. So what are your thought process when it comes to matchups against Lena?
You'd rather be on the Radiant side, so as we haven't talked about, it's easier to abuse the jungle from Radiant, so probably just needs a little bit of help. Maybe the Living Armor will be enough, right? She has no way to burn through the charges, so you can get quite a bit of help in that case. We'll have to see. I would think they'd want to abuse Empower, which can be a little bit tough because there's like mid-Jug, as we've been saying a couple times now, but with the mid-Ember removed, there's not many heroes that can abuse both the cleave and the damage. I mean, they might fall back into something that's like ranged and only get like half of the bonus. But that would be a little disappointing.
Well, they'll have to think about it. I'm just kind of scratching my head. I wonder what do they do with their last couple of Magnus picks. They played him with obviously Alchemist, but he's been banned out. So, all right. Well, that's not what I was anticipating.
Is that a mid Omni?
I'm not sure what the hell.
All right, well, something awesome's happening here.
There's
I guess it's probably Sumail Magnus. That's what it's pointing. I mean, I've seen some CIS mid Omnis lately, so I got a little excited. But it looks like we'll just be for Sumail then. So of course he's well known for his Magnus. Has a very good one, and then that'll be throwing this Omni Knight over to Universe and Arteezy on his AM. Much fun as a mid Omni would be to see from EG. I mean, it's not seem their style.
Let's not count our chickens just yet, man. We don't know for sure if it is or
maybe they've been watching that CIS Dota. They're down. Maybe I don't know.
Anything could happen. It's day one. It's the second series of the day. Who knows what the hell's going on?
I mean, as you're saying, in terms of like matching up against Alina, Shockwave would be a very handy tool to have. You can just kind of, although you're a melee hero, so it would suck. But if you're a Magnus mid, at least you'll have the Shockwave to try and rely a little bit on your CS.
Yeah. Also, levels wouldn't be an issue either. And usually, when you're in the offlane, sometimes you have a tough time finding that experience, especially if you're getting zoned out pretty heavily. But you should be fine.
They ban out the Ursa, who's a good hero against AM. With that physical damage and quick burst to try and bring him down. So at this point, he's also a Diffusal Blade carrier, which you probably want against Omni, even though they're not quite as good as they used to be. Still nice for that Guardian Angel. And so probably looking for some combination there. There is the Jug, but again, there's this RP, and the Anti-Mage can kind of man-fight you, so I don't know. You'd have to be pretty confident in your Jug if you wanted to go that way.
Anything else standing out to you right now besides that Juggernaut? It seems to be one of the classic
Weaver's,
picks.
like, kind of okay. Builds Diffusal.
Okay.
Can rat a little bit, but doesn't offer any control. Not an Abyssal Blade builder.
Well, we should have known.
Terrorblade.
That's an interesting pick, I suppose. But one that is starting to become more and more common as we get through the Kiev first couple of games. So, all right. What do you think, Trent? Tell me about this Terrorblade pick.
Well, we've seen him, right? This is an AM and an Omni Knight, so early on, not the strongest. The Omni doesn't really have any D-push. AM doesn't. We have Shockwave. We have Ether Shock when he gets into some levels there, so they're just going to kind of try and bring that tempo from TnC, control enough of the map with Metamorphosis, take down these early towers. You have the Crystal Maiden to keep the team up and rolling. No natural HP regen, though. No mech builders, no helm builders, really. So that could be a concern. That might be kind of like one-and-done pushes, but when you're working with Metamorphosis, it kind of works out that way anyway.
Yeah.
So this is pretty solid. Lena gets that damage rolling early on. Probably going to be looking towards that blink on the Axe to really give them that big momentum, but I could see TnC doing it again here.
Yeah, there's a definite possibility. There's a lot of control for this Anti-Mage, as you mentioned. With the Terrorblade coming out, they have really good push potential. This is a definitely doable draft, really, for both teams. Again, if we were coming into game number 1, most people would probably give the advantage to EG, considering, of course, you're playing up against TnC. After that first game, though, I'm not so sure. They do have the Shadow Shaman again, so they have some pushing of their own. Very good team fight, as we mentioned, for EG with RP coming out, but we'll see how this this gets started. I imagine Tims will be wanting to roam around pretty land here, maybe to go mid, potentially. I don't know. We'll see how the laning phase goes. What do you think about the laning phase in general, Trent?
I would say the first early half of the game should be pretty well favored towards TnC in terms of heroes, but EG, of course, is a team well known for their later game tactics and strategy and kind of an advantage in that department. So, I mean, would have said the same thing last game, but that PL was pretty crazy. So
yeah.
We saw what TV did earlier today. One mistake and you'd be heavily punished as Sumail comes up, but
he does have Skewer, so there's that at the very least. He will avoid the gank. However, the bounty rune might be taken here by TnC. They'll drop a ward. They'll leave somebody here, and they'll head back with a couple of the heroes into their own jungle. Meanwhile, EG are doing the same, but this time top lane. Sam H not wanting to try to fight here. So just some interesting rotations. And also still over here is going to be Zai. He might be able to steal this. We'll see how well Cuckoo does. He maybe can scale up LSA and go for it. They shouldn't be able to get this one over towards, rather EG shouldn't be able to get the ones over towards the top rune spot. And of course, let's see if Cuckoo can pick this up.
Yeah, Sam H isn't going to leave this one, so he gets denied it on both, much like they do. You know, you see that rotation way heavy down bottom. RTZ can just go take the axes, and then Crit just walks on back to deny that one out there from Sam H. So
that's what it turns into. Musical bounty runes. So they'll pick up a couple of them. Tim's already starting out mid as anticipated. But again, Skewer has been skilled up for Sumail, but we'll see what Cuckoo wants to skill up first for himself. We'll see also if Tim's wants to head top. He definitely wants to get this ward down. And we'll look at the rest of the lanes and the way they're shaping up. Universe in an aggro duel lane with a Treant nearby. Defensive duel lane with Raven and Rior. And then top lane, of course, it's starting to turn into duel lanes for both teams as Tim's is rolling up here for now.
And Sumail's already out of tangos. Burned through them both thanks to that first little bit of a engagement. And then the pressure coming out already from Cuckoo. So he's got that Null Talisman. Hits pretty hard.
Rolling Boulder onto Crit. He'll just eat his way through towards the tower. Sam H went for spin first. No procs coming out. There's going to be the Shackles coming in. Crit just cancels. He's like, I do not want to die to spins right now. So Sam H will get some work done. Yeah, that's a frightening position to be in. Tim's also has Rolling Boulder ready to go again. He is running in. No, Crit doesn't have a salve, but still might be able to juke it away. Arteezy also taking a lot of damage, but Tim's is just going to head out. He's like, that's fine.
Oh, look at that roll, too, to make sure he gets to the wave or the creeps in time with that wave.
Yeah, I was wondering. That's sick. Damn.
Yeah, nice little play.
Yeah.
And that'll get a pull in. And Axe can just deny this, and then Axe is comfortable fighting in here around these neutrals and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Sam H salving up, just pulling and taking the entire creep wave. Again, Arteezy. He does have Blink now, so a bit safer than he was previously. Tim's getting close to level 2. Again, Rolling Boulder is there. They don't have Call yet, so still missing some experience for TnC. But already this lane a little bit rough for EG early on in this game, Trent.
Yeah, I mean, you'd rather be the Radiant denying this out from an AM than like your Axe missing out on some stuff just because he's pulling into these waves, and he's getting the majority of them. So, RTZ also doing a very nice job, though, to his credit.
All right. Sam H getting zoned back. RTZ doing small attack damage. Crit had Battle Hunger on him for a moment there. Cuckoo back towards mid. 9 last hits, now 10 up to the 10 of the Magnus as well. So kind of an even matchup. A lot of damage being done. Sumail has a salve ready to go. Cuckoo's running low on his regen. He does have the, of course, Arcane Ore to work with. Something to keep in mind.
Raven actually, Possiman Orsis down bottom, but doesn't really get any denies going. So he'll get a little bit of pressure going, but Universe is still farming very well.
That purification just comes out.
Kind of surprised he didn't like try and hold the wave or something. They're just trying to put on the full pressure instead.
They might try to chase him down. Zai's looking for a potential bash up. Again, Rior is, I mean, I think they can afford to be a little greedy this game with the CM, but they need to be careful with Raven. Bash comes out. We'll keep an eye on him in terms of how much CS he gets and how that bottom lane goes.
Yeah, cancel the clarity, and Rior is going for that little bit of a greedy style again. So Raven got ditched a little on his Slark, but TV, you would think, you know, you can abuse a TV a little bit more in terms of like his power and stuff. You can actually use the CM to get kills, where it was very difficult for a Slark, not exactly a very strong laner. However, TV using the Metamorphosis can really put the threat in. But Omni is a very strange offlaner. These guys we don't get to see too much, but he's pretty potent, especially with these new shrines.
Rolling Boulder, Arteezy going to try to make it away. They do have the Boulder Smash, just putting some pressure on. And that top lane, Battle Hunger will come through as well. He does have a Ring of Health, so regen will happen a bit slowly. Rior coming in as well. Crit not spotted, but they should see the CM. momentarily anyway.
Cuckoo's level 4, almost 5, so 2 points in the Dragon Slave is trouble enough for Sumail to say this isn't worth it. He's under vision over here, and one of his camps is blocked out, so slowing down his potential farm as he just has to empower in the jungle and do some bottle crow. Not a fun time.
No, not great. Again, the Lena's getting some pretty good farm too, so Cuckoo's just having a grand old time.
This wave will push in though, so Sumail could come back and get a little bit of this experience at the very least, if not some gold. Yeah, nice skewer over.
By the way, ever since they rotated Zai down, or at least since they've shown Zai and Ruor's not been there, Raven has not gotten a single CS in the past like 2 minutes.
Oh, look at that damage mid though.
LSA
on both.
Dragon Slave was not available. He just used it. So again, Cuckoo just pumping out the damage. Sumail looking for the bottom rune. He will find a DD. Man, that Dragon Slave does so much damage. The range is insane on that ability. Cuckoo went for the LSA animation, decided to cancel it.
Universe, thanks your shrine.
Yeah, Universe is like, it's fine. I have Arcanes, I have Purification. I don't need it.
He's owning, dude. Look at this. This Terrorblade hasn't got a lasted since you left.
Yeah, I know. I was saying.
That's crazy.
There's going to be the counter Helix's top, RTZ, getting a few spins. Axe, of course, coming in and just doing some nice damage. No call just yet. He is about to hit level 4. Ether Shock from Crit. So, again, you know, they're not putting the most emphasis on RTZ getting farm, but there's farm elsewhere happening now because of this. You have Universe really just getting free farm down to this bottom lane trend.
Crazy. Mid lane. Smell gets silenced, but they missed the kick. Or he might have died there, honestly. Would have been very close.
Raven is getting dove. Universe had a huge purification. He's got another one off cooldown right now, and it's going to be first blood. Universe just dives, gets a solo kill. Zai is not needed. Man, this feels like game 1 for Raven.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you think magic damage is going to get to TD early with this low HP pool. How about some pure damage? Like, this is ownage.
Yeah.
He's doing like half his HP pool per spell or something.
Yeah, Raven definitely doesn't feel good. This feels a lot like last game. But again, he did come back, so there's still, you know, very early on to this game right now.
And we did talk about how much work the supports did last game, and I guess this is why, right? Because they're very greedy on the supports.
Yes, absolutely. That's something notable for TnC. Rolling Boulder Crit's going to be found. They do have the Boulder Smash ready. They actually kick him away.
Nice.
Gets denied. Nicely done from Crit. Just stays right around those Ancient Bite Dragons. He's able to stay long enough in order to avoid giving a kill away.
Good stuff there. Loses 111 for himself, but at least he's denying that out from his opponents.
It's fine. Who cares? It's fine. All right, well, Sumail's still trying to get some good farm here. A little bit behind the Lina, not by much, actually, considering this matchup and how it's gone. But the big thing is Cuckoo and the damage he's dealing to the Tier 1 tower. Is there any living armor? Treant Protector's just level 3. He's holding his 3rd point now, so if he wants to go living armor and start healing this back up, he can. Skewer in was looking for Cuckoo. He tried finding it, but couldn't quite grab the kill. He doesn't have his RP anyways, so.
Yeah, that little bit of damage, though, might have been enough, and I don't know. You can think about a couple right clicks after that skewer and the shockwave would have been kind of close, but I'm a little worried for TnC this game. They're doing the same thing as last time, and they had the Slark, and he caught back up, much like Raven's going to do, gets a D-ward down bottom, but this is an anti-mage. Like, you don't have this kind of trump card like you did last game with this PL and how farmed he got and how difficult he is to deal with. Instead, you have an anti-mage that's going to be accelerated more than your standard anti-mage, thanks to the Empower, so you kind of have to be worried, I would think, a little bit about a timer here.
Yeah, well, the thing is they are getting same age some good farms, so if they want to go for that early blink and put some of that pressure onto RTZ, they can. However, he's going to get shackled up. He's underneath the tower. Some spins going through. They've got the Frostbite. The call will go as well. Do they have the damage? The Boulder Smash is there in time, but RTZ's still going to work. Same age getting lower and lower. Stick charges up. Can he get this kill? RTZ stays alive. No Calling Blade. Not yet anyway for the X. He's just almost level 6, and maybe he gets that kill with it, but good turn there for Evil Geniuses. Great shackles underneath the tower coming out from Crit. Damn. Wow.
That saves it from them, so they can't pressure the enemy carry, and meanwhile, Raven still just kind of down here. Really feeling 25 last. It's almost doubled up here by Universe. Will now come mid. Just ensuring Sumail was going to be okay.
Top lane, Samh running it again. God, those counter helix procs. And almost level 6 once more for Samh. He will get it here. Just needs to bring these creeps down. RTZ still getting chased. Tim's, again, he has the Boulder Smash, rolling Boulder as well, but here comes the Bash to come out. Fairy Fire's there. Boulder Smash comes in. Nice swift dodge from RTZ. Blinking, thinking about it, now looking for Tim's. He doesn't have the Mana Void. He needs another blink to get this kill, and he might go for it, but instead they turn their back. They know some heroes are on the way. Battle Hunger will come through. Call is going to be there. Samh, he's got the Calling Blade, and he will use it. Not once. Can he get it twice is the question? Yes! Double kill for Samh. Just gets the perfect spin. Wow.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That sends him in towards that Blink Dagger. Very well done.
Yeah, he just bought Tranquils too, and he's back up to the gold he had previously.
I'm just gonna leave mid. So they are healing this back up. It was very close. It was deny range, but of course, Treant Protector. So they're gonna try and hold on to it. I thought maybe Cuckoo could get a push going too with the Treant dead, but he backed away, and now Zai will be back. So they'll continue that going.
Because there is that pressure mid, they do rotate a couple heroes, and especially Am dying. They get a little bit of farm for Raven, but now getting chased down. Zai was spotted. Yes, the sentry just caught him, and so Raven's like, I need to run.
Yeah. Like 300 pure damage. I mean, that means if Zai walks up, stuns him, and there's a long range purify onto Zai, he's just dead on Raven. He will just go down. I mean, he already had to sunder.
Look at this. Raven thinks he's safe right now, and he might be. Zai's the only one here, but here comes this crit Rasta. So he needs to be very careful. Using his illusions to farm. It'll take a while, but he doesn't want to die again. And, well, AM forced into the jungle now. The creep cutting commences for Sam H. 1,700 gold. If he wants a blink, he certainly can get it pretty soon here, Trent.
And they're even glyphing up as Universe will take this tower for himself.
Damn.
What a fantastic start to a game for an Omni Knight.
Yeah,
4,500 gold. Midas secured.
Universe, the offlaner, seems to find farm and kills wherever he can. Top net worth, God, by a long shot. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, they've given him some great matchups in these past two games. The Void into the Slark, and then now this Omni Knight into a TB with these greedier supports once again here from TnC. I mean, often with an Earth Spirit, you want to put as much pressure as possible because you know he doesn't want to spend time in the safe lane, but this is just like a whole other level with the CM being so greedy too.
Well,
it'll be very impressive if Raven could do the same sort of a bounce back thing. I mean, it's the same strat, right? Get this Iron Talon early on. Of course, you're a Terrorblade, so these illusions start getting a little bit crazy. It'll kind of be on Sumail to go for these ganks and try and shut them down, and Zai to keep shadowing them like that as well.
Speaking of Sumail, Arcane's up to 1,000 gold as well, so getting kind of close to his blink. But guess what? Sam H has his. They immediately TP with Rior. They'll go for the smoke, and they're going to head into the jungle. Universe is the target they ping, but I'm not sure they can bring that target down. They need a couple more heroes in that top lane if they want to go for it. Keep your eyes peeled.
It's very reminiscent of the last game of the Knicks.
Blink call comes out. There's the silence come through with the rolling boulder. He is pretty tanky. Boulder smash coming out the LSA, and they now finally have the damage. They don't even need to use the calling blade. Universe getting pushed back. Purification. He thought about using it again. GA also up. So Universe has all these abilities ready, but can he save the tower is the question. The creep wave is pushing in, and there is a glyph. Something to keep in mind. But it looks like that's going to be it. As they're maybe thinking about going on Raven bottom. They have Zai nearby, but actually Anti-Mage is blinking away. Doesn't want to deal with this. All right. Good turnaround there, finding that blink kill. And they're going to go again. Sam H is coming. No word, I think, spotted this. Maybe this one mid did, but I'm not sure. TP's coming in. Raven's still a bit further up. Zai's nearby. Might wrap around and go for a gank. Raven's going to back himself away. He has Sunder, by the way. But won't get a chance to use it. He's going to just stay safe for now. And Sam H is just sitting mid, saying, I want to kill badly.
Yeah, I mean, this Arcane Aura, so helpful for heroes like this. They even just shrine up on the Lina.
She's just going to see this as he gets jumped on. The rolling boulder is there. The silence is up. The LSA, the call, boom. Sam H, this blink is doing some serious good work here, Trent.
This is what they need. It has to be on the axe. You know, this game, you look at how this is going to go. It's all on him to set a tempo here with the Lina. Create that space once again here like they did last game with the Nyx Assassin for the Slark. They're doing it again here for the Terrorblade. Zai, gonna steal that bounty rune.
Bash.
Give him the stun, but Rior is here.
Seed. Universe is nearby. Sunder comes out, so Universe will take some damage. They're looking to jump in Boulder Smash. The
nice
silence
stun.
is there. The Frostbite. The call. Sam H is there again. Now Zai trying to get out. Another one. They get the kill regardless, even though the Calling Blade actually misses. But huge kill. Universe, top net worth hero going down. Just the right place, the right time again for TnC.
And it's impressive. I mean, this is what we said. We expect them to have this kind of like first half of the game to have this advantage. So they're getting it done. There's no question, though, that it is kind of tough to execute. Like, there was a pretty deep dive there to get that AM, right? And no rotations came through. No one able to save them in time because of how fast they're bursting people down. It's like reminiscent of what SG were trying to do earlier today with that Legion Commander and the Morphling with the E-Blade and the Ember Spirit. And they're just trying to, like, go, go, go and keep it going. But they're actually on pace and on time here for TnC. So... Yeah. Impressive stuff for sure. And that Terrorblade, he's doing it, man. He's passed the Magnus and the AM. So TnC's strategy here of just sacking Raven is working out so well.
They've done this multiple times, not just in this tournament, but just throughout their Dota 2 games. Now the smoke is up. Zai will scout things out, and we'll drop a Crystal Nova and D-Ward that sentry real quick. But no luck there getting an initiation from the Axe. So EG will survive this time around. But you're right, man. The Raven is somehow farmed. And... TnC, they're looking to push that timing that you talked about a moment ago, and they're going to do it into this tier 2 tower. Metamorphosis is back up at his level 4, and everybody is up here. Even with Living Armor and Glyph, I'm not sure what you could do if you're EG.
And look where the wave is. It's like Crick can't even punish this with snakes or something down here. Just this control they have thanks to Terrorblade. So there's really nothing to gain for EG anywhere else on the map. And they're already going to start rotating people down in the jungle, I'm sure. Try and get some vision back out here. They have some, and the spot universe maybe they'll come down, but yeah, dude, I'm feeling pretty good for TnC, gotta say.
Yeah. They've turned it around. I mean, it wasn't even that bad of an early game. Samich had a great job top lane, and of course Cuckoo just getting all the farm he needed. He has picked himself up a Yule Scepter, and they might go for a defense. He pops the Invis rune. He needs more heroes nearby, though. It can't just be him.
You know, like last game, this train did so much work because they only had what, Slark and PL, so the building hitting was pretty weak, especially in the early game. So it was easy for the train to try and like hold stuff down and try and slow down the overall pace. Again, much like we had in our first series of the day with OG and SG, but Terrorblade's a pretty good counter to Train Protector, just because of how he's a guy that pops Metamorphosis and he finishes the tower. That's his job, you know. It's on this big cooldown, but it's so much bonus damage that teams, they tend to fully commit when they're going in for something with this guy. So it's hard for a Train Protector to really bring you on back. So they're heading in towards this Roche pit. Wouldn't be too bad to get some vision up in the surrounding area. They already got this ward up here, spawning out quite a few rotations up and through.
I will say, man, we have yet to see the full impact of Empower and a Battle Fury from Anti-Mage. It's still early on enough that he doesn't quite have it yet, and once that... Oh, he might even die here. That's the problem, unfortunately. They're going to get caught. Magnetize, good purification. The Repel will come out.
Stunned.
Blink call, but it only catches the Omni Knight. Can they get this kill is the question. Frostbite, they've got the Culling Blade. He gets off the GA. That might be enough. They're going to try to turn this around. Raven, no Metamorphosis. He still has that Sunder. Jumping in, skewers their Reor. Is going to fall. Oh, perfect purification from Universe. Sam H misses that call, and now he is all alone. Shackles and EG will turn it right around and pick up 2. Sumail finds himself a double kill. And Arteezy almost dies, but Universe there to save him. The baby
and there are the rotations this time, and that is a lot of gold on Sumail. But bottom lane, they will LSA kill.
Yeah, that is a dead crit. Stick charges, not enough to save him.
They have RP Blink, but Sumail just kind of waiting, hesitating here, seeing who's up. Oh, now he's this big, juicy TB.
Yeah, Metamorphosis is ready. But I don't know if they want to use it for just this tier 1 tower, especially... They've already used Living Armor, but the Glyph will come. All right.
Oh, it's so tempting to pop it just to finish that, but it looks like Cuckoo's going to be the one to do it.
Good Yules. Couple auto attacks should do the job. Boulder smash there. LSA on time. Rolling Boulder in. Overgrowth. They need a Laguna. He doesn't have the mana for it. Cuckoo gonna fall, and Tim's might be next as well. They still have the RP. He does. He gets the tower. Now he's gonna try to get out, but no such luck. Sumail blinks right in front. Finds himself another double kill. And TnC perhaps staying a bit too long again.
Yeah, this is where they have to be really careful not losing this early game edge that they have. It already wasn't too much in terms of the overall gold here. It was mostly the experience, but I guess they're both now falling closer to 0. Now the experience will actually be edged out over into EG's favor.
Yeah.
And we talked a lot about Roche today, but they don't have the best Roshan heroes on the Radiant. You know, you're like kind of okay with a Terrorblade, but he's no god tier. There's no minus armor to work with over here. Not that the Dire have it much better, but of course, whenever you're pressing an advantage, that's the kind of thing you want to look towards. No vision on the bottom shrine as they smoke up, so EG looking to go. Again, still no use of this RP.
He's going to use it soon. He's got a double damage too, man. Like, wait
that's
for
a
it.
Juicy Lena.
Sumail is like, I want a big RP or just a big target. I don't really care which one, but we'll see if they can find anybody. They might have to back up. They will see Tim's. Not really the ideal target, but a kill is a kill. He's underneath his tower now, so if they go for it, they'd have to dive. And TnC's positioning, just good enough.
Yeah, I mean, they have a ward here, no one's showing. They have a wave pushing mid, no one's showing. So they're in here somewhere.
That's a good point. They're behind this tower with Zai, and he sees Tim's. They
pretty much know at this point they're shadowing Arteezy, and they'll all just show.
Yeah, they'll just go for the tier 2 tower, which pretty good at this point. They could use some more gold.
What does Raven do? Oh, he's coming Roche. So these are their options. They could have pressured tier 3, could have walked in here and pressured mid because the creeps are coming, or they can go for Roche. So this is what their commitment's going to be. If they TP in, they're still going to have RP. They have the shrine, but they do have the vision up here.
And they do this
TnC.
fast enough. They do have Metamorphosis back up now, which is huge. They'll take
Should
the
be able
tower.
to.
EG, are they going to go for a contention? Sumail does not have a TP scroll, which is a bit unfortunate. By the time they get there, Roche should be dead. And they will grab the Aegis for Raven. And now Crit's...
This is a risky play.
Call comes out. There's the Purification. They have Cuckoo still alive. The Guardian Angel used Laguna Blade, Culling Blade. It's there. GA used and nothing out of it. It's just a defensive GA that turns pretty poorly all of a sudden for EG. And now they're looking for Zai as well. The dust is up. The Blink call. SamH finds it again. The silence is there. The LSA, another call. SamH again. A double kill once more.
Man, very aggressive coming out from TnC. Like, you never know. There could have been people TPing to the tower too kind of at the same time, but I guess the creeps just letting this vision be enough and hoping that there wasn't any TPing the trees and moving over, but it pays off heavily. They get 2 supports. Now they move forward. They get another tower off the back of this Aegis, so... TnC, as you said, it took a little while there, but with that full commitment down bottom and the lack of TP on Sumail, there was really no hope for them to contest. And he's going for a Force Staff as well, so not going to go for that Shadow Blade that we tend to see. This is more of the item for when they are fully 5-man grouping and you don't think you're going to be able to sneak through. Like, they'll probably have sentries when they're grouping up like that, and your Shadow Blade might be useless, rather than how good it is at split push. So he's going to have to try and make plays with Force.
Yeah. Extending that range of the initiation potential from the Magnus. We haven't really talked too much about Arteezy, just that he's getting towards a Battle Fury. He has it now. He's working on what is going to be his Yashi, which is flying out, I believe, as we speak. It's Manta Style, which should be next. So again, it's one of those, they have the Anti-Mage, they have the potential to come back. It sure doesn't look great right now, but it's not that bad. 5,000 net worth advantage at most. It's more like 4,000 for TnC. So Trent, you have the Aegis. What do you do here? Wait for the next meta and then make a move there?
Well, you really want to keep the tempo up for sure. I mean, again, we talk and talk and talk, but it's AM, and he is Battle Fury. He has the Empower actually being stacked on him now. We're starting to see a little bit more of a connection between Arteezy and Sumail. So Arteezy's GPM is going to start skyrocketing, going through the roof. He'll probably end up surpassing that TV pretty soon, and we all know what can happen when he gets like Abyssal Manta, right? He's just going to blow up any hero of his choice, especially with an Omni Knight backing him up.
Yeah, the Purification will be there. These fights definitely get more difficult. You're absolutely right.
And look at this, too. With no Lina here. These are doing so much work, these snakes.
They are going to get close to this tower. I think it is going to just be denied. Looks like it, yeah.
Close, but...
Tower's a tower. Anyway.
And there we go. Arteezy takes the top slot.
Yeah, and he might be there for a bit if EG can sort of split up the map and maybe even find a couple of pickoffs for themselves. Keep the bottom wave pushing while this is all happening, sort of threaten that tier 3 tower high ground sort of thing that TnC have to be aware of. But they're already starting Raven to push mid.
I think the biggest thing for me coming out next will be not just the Bloodstone for the Lina, but probably the Blink Dagger for Tims. Really let this guy show his prowess and why he's so good on this hero. It's especially useful when you're starting to get into these high ground territories. I mean, gotta, fully initiate commit.
He's already made plenty of plays, and I know that might just be standard for an Earth Spirit when you see somebody like Jerax or something, but no, he's definitely done a great job so far this game. He's found a couple of kills because of him, and because of SamH combining up as well. But, you're right, Lina getting her next item up here momentarily. And, she already have the...
Her Bloodstone just finished.
She just got it. I was wondering if she had the recipe, but she does, yeah. So, Bloodstone is now up. Respawn timer. Pretty short. Is she level 15 yet? She is. She went for the 50 damage, as expected. We very rarely see any mid Linas go for the minus 30 second respawn time. Sometimes we'll see supports do. In fact, Trent, you and I have cast games recently where the supports will go for that minus 30 seconds. But the 50 damage as a mid laner is just too much to pass up, I think.
Yeah, I've seen a couple mids pass it when they go, like, if there's, like, a really good Ags game or if they're not getting enough farm for a Bloodstone, you might end up with this, like, kind of hybrid build where you're almost more of, like, a magic ganker rather than the... walking turret that is current Lina, the new sniper, the new lone druid. Pick your favorite, but yeah, 50 damage is just unbelievable with the Fiery Soul.
Yeah, watch how fast this thing dies, even without meta. 3 stacks Fiery Soul, your tower's gone. But there is going to be an attempt at a trade here from EG. Whether they go for it fully, they'll drop the Serpent Wards. They are committed. However, it looks like TnC do not care. They, again, still have Aegis. They have meta. They have Manta Style. This tier 3 tower might fall very quickly. There is Glyph. TP's coming back already very quickly. A lot of damage already done. The Living Armor will go. Zai looking to walk up. More illusions going. Skewer back. They found Raven. Can they get this kill? They've used the Purification. The Leech Seed is up. They get the bash up as well, but they can't find the kill. SamH is coming in. The Sunder comes out as well, and now he'll continue onwards in terms of taking this tier 3 tower. They've got the call. Crit getting caught. And Dragon Slave. Laguna Blade just in time. It's going to be that repel. Jumping. Arteezy double mana void. RP. It's going to be on to 2. Good LSA to come through. Can Raven dish up the damage? Is the question. A lot being done. Arteezy will fall. He's got buyback. Now Universe. GA pop, but will it be enough? Crit already getting dropped down. Tim's no rolling buller. The silence will get the job done. On the other side, looking for a call. Now Cuckoo going back in. The repel is there, but the damage, it's too much from Cuckoo. H is gone. They have buybacks on 2 heroes, but the racks might just get cleaned up here, Trent. Well, they try to go for this on EG's
What a good
side.
call by TnC to head into the wards list. Like, RTZ's just a little bit late coming back. He saves for that other wave. He wants to apply that pressure, but then there's this really sick skewer in RP, but he's not there to follow up, so the Sunder gets off. There's no damage from the AM, and that repel, it was great too, but then it wasn't there for AM. So he jumps in and applies all this damage. He just dies.
Man.
And that is a Rex, and they want more.
Yeah.
Like, you're here, there's 25 more seconds.
They really don't want to buy
buyback
back on RTZ, and he might have to, or else they're going to get double Rexed. Raven, again, has been used. He doesn't have his Aegis. Blink Skewer back. They might be able to get this kill. He's low and low, but the call will be there in time. On to 2. Sam H is going in. The LSA, the calling blade, the Guna Blade comes out as well. Sam H finds himself a double kill, and
Raven cancels his TP. He's staying. He's
yeah, he wants
Rior.
to go. He's sundered in, and Rior's like, that's fine. I've got Tranquils. You guys take that Rax. They've got 1 full set down bottom, and they're about to get another in mid. AM has respawned. The price of not using buyback is 2 racks down. TnC are moments away from 2-0ing EG in the opening series, or one of the opening series for the Kiev Major. Sumail is forced to buy back his RP back up in 27 seconds, and that will be the signal to leave for TnC. Looks like that'll be that. EG lose so much out of that fight. In fact, I don't know if anybody on TnC died there, by the way.
No.
I don't think so.
No, they did not.
Yeah.
they were not able to grab a single kill throughout the entirety of that. That is unbelievable. So well played by TnC. Man, that combo coming in from AM as well, too. They, I guess they got Rior once, right?
Did they?
No, that was before. No, yeah, they got that one. That was it. Damn, dude. TnC Dota. I mean, you can't ask for much more, honestly. Out of this lineup and up against EG. Just using this Terrorblade and pressuring. And we knew it was possible with the draft. Like you said, yeah, with these heroes, you could see TnC doing it, but I can't say I expected it.
No, I mean, especially kind of earlier on in the game. Every time we see Raven get sacked, we're like, oh, he's not going to get farm. It might be a bit rough here. At least that's what I'm thinking. And then all of a sudden, they just, like, he finds farm somewhere in the ether. I don't know. And he comes back, and it's great. So, pretty good stuff for Raven this game.
Such a slim window for them to punish, too, because, you know, EG was just aiming for that next Aegis. They get that up online. They can sneak in. They were going to have the Medallion on the Treant. In fact, it's done now. And then they would have had the Basher up on the AM. They get that Aegis going. They have the Omni Knight. And then it's them who are in control. And they're cleaving and they're fighting. But they found that window. And that's what's so difficult with these drafts. And a lot of the time, OG makes it look easy, but there's a reason they're like the best team in the world. They use this Terrorblade so well. And they pressure in. And it looks like TnC are doing it as well. Seen Raven kind of own on this hero before, but to do that against, you know, these guys are playing a lot of these Southeast Asian tournaments, and the region obviously doesn't get the most respect, especially the respect that it probably deserves, much like NA can kind of suffer from the same problems. We're a little bit of like brother regions in that way, but
I think especially now, there are some, we've already talked about some of the SEA teams, Happy Feet, High Ground, Warriors Gaming Unity, all very solid, not even mentioning Faceless or Fnatic, or Mineski for that matter. Some exceptional teams in that region, and TnC got some very good practice. They're still, they haven't finished this game off yet. So EG, they're still hanging on by a thread, I could say. There's 1 set of racks up top of the Tier 3 tower, trying to keep all the waves pushed out. The net worth graph has plateaued after those fights happened. It's 15,000 in favor of TnC. And EG are going to have to come up with some big plays from Sumail especially to find a victory here. Roche is up.
Yeah, well, in terms of longer cooldowns, RP is definitely one of them. Does not get held to it by higher levels or anything like that. It's still always going to be 2 minutes, so yeah, you're not wrong. If Sumail messes up and doesn't get quite the right one, or even if they just end up doing some like buyback plays, there is potential for them to just come right back as TnC. And you can see we talked about Diffusal Blade heroes. They are going to grab Crit up here. Oh, actually, it's Crit who's grabbing Tim's rather, but can they punish?
Well, now the question is, can they get out? Serpent Wards were used. Raven just comes in and blows them away. They don't get the other hero, which of course was going to be Zai, who TPs out and is able to make it away safely. And then they'll get back into Roche as it was already, you know, half HP as Cuckoo went in there. L saves it up, and Raven will come in and help finish this off. RTZ's doing what he can. He's just split pushing bottom, as expected. I mean, he's got Basher. What else can you get here this game, Trent? What is the item of choice for RTZ? I feel like he needs so much.
I mean, it just has to be the Abyssal, and then, well, from there he'll just have to work on whatever's going on from the side of TnC, but the Diffusal Blade is done up here for Raven. So he can get that going, and not going to worry about that Guardian's Angel. Came out in a pretty key moment there in the last fight. Wasn't quite enough to win it, of course, but now not going to be of a concern to the Radiant.
Yeah. Universe with such a fast start, but some unfortunate, I guess, picks that happened to him. Not really enough to stay alive in certain instances. This game has not been on him, by the way. And it's really not been on anybody from EG. It's just TnC has played well. You know, the draft worked out perfectly in terms of the timing they were looking for, as you've previously mentioned. And again, it's not over yet. EG still have potential. You know, get a late game AM and see what happens, because it could sort of get things out of control, especially with Empower.
Yeah, we still have to watch out for those wobble combos went out from the Dire team. I mean, the Radiant, we do still have a 10-second BKB sitting on Sam H, so this is kind of their trump card, as it were, to ensure that they're not going to get totally wiped here. He can just BKB, come in, cancel stuff, as long as he's not totally chained up or anything like that. So Raven hitting that high ground, has the Aegis, standing proud and tall up there. A little bit of a cluster back here in these two heroes, but not exactly the RP of your dreams here. Is Kuko coming from the side.
Yeah, crit. Oh, LSA misses, and because of that, he throws the Laguna Blade, and it won't do enough damage to get the kill. Raven, in the meantime, still going to work. Hex Sumail was looking for that Blink Skewer, finds it. It's actually the Axe. He blinks in. The call won't go. The BKB is finally, they found Sumail, and here comes the Scotty going to work. The freezing field is up as well. RTZ, he'll take down Rior. Buyback coming in from Crit. Sunder comes out, and Axe still going to work. Jump in. RP onto 3. Is this going to be enough? RTZ walking in. Do they have the damage? Everybody's low. They'll finally take damage. They get the Aegis. They get another hero. It's Tim's falling, and there it is. Cuckoo, LSA, that'll be up under RTZ. Doesn't have the Laguna Blade. Purification coming out. Raven still trying to do some work here. Skewer back into the shrines. RTZ solo, but Raven can't find him. They found the Hex up. Cuckoo getting chased down. LSA ready to go. And he gets it off just in time. Purification comes out. Zai solo. One more auto attack gets the kill. And the Yules will come out as well. Can he make it away? He denies himself with the Bloodstone. Also getting out is going to be Raven. However, Rax is going to be safe. The tier 3 didn't go down either. Beautiful defense coming out from EG there, Trent.
Yeah, it cost Crit his buyback, but you can see they're playing so hesitant there from EG as well. Like, RTZ, he really wanted that kill onto Raven or possibly the lean up, but he's just a little bit too low. Might have been able to get it, but it's just slightly too risky, and just wants to ensure that he stays alive here. So he'll clear up that tier 1 mid with the Manta. He's got his Abyssal Blade, and played exceptionally well that fight. Didn't even have to drop the Mana Void. Kind of holding it, trying to find that perfect RP moment.
I thought he was going to use it there with the RP, but I guess decided against it. I'm not sure, but...
And how about Sumail holding on to that for that perfect moment, too?
Yeah, it was looking pretty bad once they got the blink in from the axe, and he just called him. But Sumail going to get spotted now. LSA should be there. Oh, misses again. Cuckoo just not at the right timing. He throws the Laguna Blade once more. Auto attacks. Purification comes out. The Greaves as well. Cuckoo, I don't know about this, my friend. This is not worth it. Repel. He goes into the high ground, and okay, a little sketchy.
Getting a little crazy here. Yeah. But this is that time. I mean, 25 seconds left until RP. They are not going to be back here quite in time. They have the wave mid. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Raven's feeling the pressure. He's going in.
Metamorphosis.
You know, they got that timer going. 15 more seconds now.
Yeah, they really want to do this. The Living Armor now down. Tier 3 tower with no glyph. It's gone. Now they'll jump in. RTZ trying to fight Mantis from Raven as well. LSA, RTZ did have that repel up. Doesn't use the Diffusal Charge yet from Raven. And they might just back. Here we go, though. Cuckoo coming in. Living Armor's up and ready to go.
Look at the reach of Sumail with the Force Half. They are very clustered here.
Yeah, this could be a huge
careful.
fight.
They have good vision with this Observer.
I don't... TnC might back here because meta's going to be done soon. Yeah, they're going to just say that's enough of that. Jeez. Okay, well, they got the tier 3. They put some damage under the range racks, but again, there is Living Armor this time around.
Yeah, it's probably time to start heading back in towards the slow burn of things. Thinking about the next Aegis. And just trying to get your economic advantage. Just knowing that you've taken down 2 lanes, they're pushing in, they're worth less gold. Trying to abuse that on your team, try and get into another round of items that can put you a little bit too high above that dire side. Well,
EG say, screw that, we're going to smoke up, and yeah, Cuckoo would be a great target, that'd be great. And
yeah.
He is Shadow Bladed.
There was a gem on someone.
Universe has it. They see him now. Blink, jump in, they found the Hex, the Lincoln Sphere is broken. Cuckoo is more than likely dead. RTZ absolutely destroys him.
Yeah, that's a Bloodstone respawn, too.
Yeah.
Still 35 seconds.
Now
fantastic. I mean, that's what they have to do, right?
Yeah.
They don't really have a choice. They are going to be smoking out looking for kills, and Cuckoo was trying to use this ward for safety, but the smoke will be the death of him.
All right. TnC will play together. Getting picked off, not exactly what they want to have happen. Raven working into that butterfly now.
Yeah, and RTZ sees this too. You know, you're talking about what's his next item going to be. He spotted the evasion already onto Raven, so it's time to go for an MKB.
Yeah. You know, RTZ might be able to live pretty long now if the repel is there. You know, he didn't have the repel for when he died, and they lost that 2 set of racks disadvantage. But now I think Universe is going to make sure repel's ready for him. With RP initiation, they could easily find something. When's Roche respawning? We got a while, man. Saddle in. We could be here for a bit.
This is pretty much what it's come down to. Universe is saying, pretty standard item build. If you guys want to play your offlane Omnis, you want that blink to increase your own range. Make sure you're always there for those repels when they're in time. The purifications too. Even just the Guardian Angel, sometimes you got to blink right into the fight for it. And then there's this talent too for the plus 75 cast range, which doesn't feel like a lot, but a lot of the times that's what it comes down to. With this new repel, that's 11-second downtime, just such a different hero than he used to be. Tim is blinking very aggressively as they chase his eye.
Oh, they will find him. The call comes out, Laguna, and he is dead. Is this going to be enough to push them in towards this tier 3 and this Rax is the question.
They'll probably tease it a little bit here, but still a little sketch, of course, with Sumail.
RTZ has to TP
what's
back.
our buyback situation? No buybacks for Sumail. That's pretty huge.
AM has one, so does Universe jumping in. RTZ found the first hit bash. Abyssal is ready, but now he's just getting jumped on. There's going to be the jump in. Can they bring him down? Yes, they can. The axe. Huge call there. He has to buy back. Meanwhile, the RP is gone in Sumail. BKB down, and he's going to die to these auto attacks. The Shrine's not in time. Down for 70 seconds, and RTZ is going to have to do this without the help of his trusty mag. He actually just got enough to buy back. He just gets it, but RTZ might fall again. The silence is there. The LSA. He's not dead yet, but GG is already called, thinking that he might have just fallen. And the racks will fall. It's going to be Megas. Is it actually GG? It absolutely is.
TnC
wow.
Dota.
TnC. What a 2-0 victory. Unbelievable start to this Kiev Major. Dear God, man.
Yeah, hell of a draft. Again, they see this moment terribly, and they say, look, you know, this is an AM. It is scary. He's got that in power. He can farm a little faster than normal, but we think we can push the tempo and see how much we can get done in the early game, and they did it. Sam H really carrying this one in the first 15 minutes or so. The pressure coming up from him and Tim was on that top lane, and just able to slow down RTZ enough that he was able to get that blink dagger and like 3 or 4 kills just right in a row, set that pace for TnC. They followed through for the rest of it. So SEA Dota representing hard here. South American Dota represented with 1 game, but Southeast Asia, they take it a little bit further with it. Not even a 2-1, man. A 2-0 over
2 over EG, yeah.
EG, rather. Yeah.
There's going to be some questions asked of EG, but there's plenty more games to be played. Yes, they did lose the series against TnC, but they can absolutely get back into it, get things going positively again. But Trent, any closing thoughts? I know this is our last series for the day, and we had some really good games today, man. Very excellent Dota games.
Just shout out to C Dota, man. You know, that's pretty much what I cast nonstop, so pretty excited to see them 2-0. I'm sure that all those SEA Dota fans that love their Mr. Cats and their C Kappas are pretty excited right now.
Woo!
And TnC, of course, a mainstay in those tournaments, so looking forward to see. You know, they're going to be against, of course, another tough opponent, assumedly so as we move forward to the Swiss stage, meaning they'll be taking on another winner.
Yeah, anyway. We will take I guess we'll take a break, and by the time that we come back, it's going to be a new set of casters. So we'll stop the stream now as we jump into an AFK screen. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to follow us, at ModDota for myself, at Trent Pax for Trent. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And again, stick around for another